Today, I wanted to dive into one of the most impressive video tools that I've ever used called Google's VEO3. Now, I'm sure you've heard of it before. Maybe you've played around with it. Maybe you haven't because it's not exactly the cheapest video generation tool. But what I want to show you today is how I'm using the tool in my business and how you can use the tool for your business or creatively for fun too.
Welcome to the Secret AI Society with your host, Jenna Sword.
So let's go ahead and dive in. It's so funny.
Are you effing serious? He's got your eyes.
Okay, so as you can see here, 84,000 views, 149 comments. Of course, this is just for fun and obviously not that useful in most people's businesses probably. I should introduce myself. Hi, my name is Jenna Sword. I am founder of Secret AI Society, and I am so excited to share with you all the amazing things that I've learned about how to use AI creatively in your business. So in today's session, I'm going to showcase one of the world's most powerful video creators, VEO3. There's lots of things you can do with VEO3. You could create cinematic movies. You could create fun little video shorts like the one I'm sharing with you today. You could create commercials that actually promote your business. So I wanted to share with you another video here that I actually created a commercial with VEO3 where the prompt was something along the lines of create a pop video, create a song, and then had them sing different parts of the song to see if we could create something that would feel like a cohesive video and then bringing them all together. Now, what you're going to notice is like character consistency it's hit or miss with this. There's ways that you can use VEO3 to be more consistent with characters, but in this case, I was going for something super fast.
Secret AI Society has been so great for my coaching business. It's unbelievable. Secret AI Society, yeah, it's the key. Made my coaching business boom. It's the coolest thing that I've ever done to not only grow my business but also have fun. It made me creative, it made me expressed. I didn't even have to get naked or show a breast. We are a girl gang of creative bitches, but we collaborate creatively without giving stitches. I don't even like tech and it was so incredible. Woo! Let's do this together, ladies. We are the Secret AI Society and we are wild and free. Come join us and so you will be. We are the Secret AI Society and we are wild and free. A free unicorn for every member. We have one rule and one rule only. If you're a jerk, you'll be booted off the island Viking funeral style.
Okay, so super fun, super silly. Really, this video got 18,000 views, 110 comments, 50 shares. So these videos do attract attention, and video is not my background. I do have a background in multimedia design, but like creating videos like this is something that I've never done. And so this is the power of VEO3, and I want to share with you how easy it is. So all you have to do is go to labs.google, sign in with a Google account. It needs to be a Google account, not a domain account. Once you get in there's a way for you to sign up for the lowest level membership and top up with credits. The credits can go as high as $250 for 25,000. If you go for their higher level program here, you can see under the Ultra plan here for $124.99 a month. When it first came out, it was like $250 with a discount. I'm not quite sure if they're still doing that or if it's $124 for everybody right now. One of the things I discovered is if you actually top up with credits, I put on $250 worth of credits, it actually brings the cost per clip down substantially. So from $2 to $3 a clip down to 20 cents a clip. And there's just so much fun stuff that you can do with this and be creative and create things. Like It is wild what it can do. And so super, super simple. Once you get into the Flow platform, all you have to do is click new project. And I just want to create something live here with you today so you can see what actually happens when we put in a prompt that's like super wild. Okay. So I'm going to have ChatGPT give us a really crazy prompt. This one says an astronaut rides a dragon through Times Square while narrating their existential crisis. You can give it lines of the script that you want it to say in the video, or you can actually allow it to come up with its own existential crisis or whatever you're wanting to go through here. So an astronaut rides a dragon through Times Square while narrating their existential crisis. So I'm going to put this on text to video. I'm going to have this be under VEO3 fast. It says sometimes audio will not be generated with this. This is probably a bug that they're dealing with right now. You really want to be able to generate with VEO3 if possible. The VEO3 fast is 20 credits versus the 100 credits if you use the quality version. I honestly don't see that big of a difference between VEO3 quality and VEO3 fast. And because if you do VEO2, you're not going to get any audio. And one of the most magical parts about VEO3 is the ability for it to create audio. So I'm going to go ahead and generate this here. It's going to take a few minutes to do that. I'm going to come back here to find some really funny, let's see, things here. Let me see if I can find this. Okay, so a motivational broccoli floret wearing a tuxedo dives into a boardroom filled with depressed donuts, delivering an Oscar-worthy speech about self-worth, all narrated by Morgan Freeman's voice twin with a dramatic music swelling. Okay, this is a very specific prompt. I want you to be super aware right now that the chances of this working with the reference to Morgan Freeman is probably not going to work. So what I'm going to do is say by a deep voice and remove the word twin here. I'm also going to avoid using quotations if I can, because we don't want to accidentally put a quotation as if we're saying something. That's how VEO3 sees lines of text is with quotations. And then we can see here other settings. This is where you can determine how many prompts you want to output at any given time. I think 2 is a safe amount because you're going to be generating 40 credits each time. And then also with these options, VEO3 fast versus VEO3 quality, where it says beta audio, we can now see that having VEO3 fast is going to be helpful. And I'm going to go ahead and click generate with this next one here. So let's go ahead and see what it did with our astronaut riding a dragon through Times Square.
In the heart of this impossible spectacle, what am I? A speck on a dragon's back.
Coming back to our very complicated, ridiculous, a motivational broccoli floret wearing a tuxedo skydives into a boardroom full of depressed donuts, delivering an Oscar-worthy speech about self-worth, all narrated by a deep voice with dramatic music swelling. So let's see how it did.
Even when you feel broken, remember your inherent sweetness, your unique glaze. Rise.
Okay, this is so fun. The depressed donuts, broccoli being healthy. I could see this being something cool for the entry part of maybe a health channel or something. So let's watch.
Even when you feel broken, remember your inherent sweetness, your unique glaze. Rise.
Okay, so makes sense. Full idea here. It wrote the script. Pretty cool. Okay, so we can see here.
Even if you're glazed in despair, your inherent value is whole. Rise, my friends.
Okay, so this one I feel was better overall, made more sense, do all the things. Now, if I wanted to use this or give this to a health coach client of mine or something, I can come over here to the download button and decide between the upscaled or original size. It used to be that the upscaled version didn't have audio, so we can test that right here. It's going to say cost 0 credits. It does take a few minutes. If you're in a hurry, you can do the original 720 and it does look pretty decent. So of course, if you have a script or you have a script of a story you're actually trying to tell, that can always be helpful. Right? If you have a concept, you can do everything from creating a fake sitcom, doing a music video, to creating some sort of weird, crazy sci-fi movie like we played with here. And just yesterday, I was playing with this idea. It's just such an obscure idea, but I want to show you how I want you to push yourself to think beyond generic things. Push yourself to your wildest imagination, because there can be some really funny, weird things that come out of it. So one of the first things I wanted to do was like, I had this idea of what would, I think it was because I was like thinking of Sharknado or Snakes on a Plane or something weird. And I was like, what would it be like if a pilot was flying its airplane 50,000 feet and it sees a monster? What would that look like? So a pilot in an airplane way high above in the sky and the clouds is horrified to see a monster coming straight at the plane and growls. The most terrifying growl was the prompt. So you can see here. Okay, so it followed the prompt pretty awesome, but the pilot is facing the wrong direction. And why would that happen? It's because we said that I think that I didn't have the specificity of the pilot, the shot coming from behind the shoulder. So same thing with this one too, facing the wrong direction. This one, the monster. It's so fun because the monster's cool, but it's like, what are we doing here? This is just like a fun exploration of creativity. So then I was like, what would happen if the monster was made from ice cream? What would happen? And
oh no, what is that?
So pretty funny, like weird, not really that usable. This one's a little bit more usable, but in my mind, it was so much cooler than the way that it actually turned out. But at the same time, I just want you to notice like prompt adherence really high with this. The sharpness and the realism of the characters, the audio really excellent. Could be a cool commercial for an ice cream shop or something. Really funny and weird. I think one of my favorite parts about this video is the fact that the guy has, or the monster has cones for teeth. I don't know if you can see yourself like creating a variety show or something. There's creativity to be had here with a commercial. Commercials can be very creative and just shows you that your imagination is your only limit. Then I decided that this was not like a lot of room to see a monster. Like what would happen if it was actually a passenger that was having an experience? So the prompt for this one was, in the style of a 1990 sci-fi movie, a woman looks out a plane window to see a huge monster made of green goo peering through the clouds and reaches his hand right where she's at, getting goo all over the window. So let's go ahead and watch this one. It's amazing. And so I just thought about it because I'd done the alien video. I was like, what would happen if they went on a date? The prompt with this one was a blonde woman is out to dinner with a green monster made of goo, and they kiss and it gets goo all over her. Trigger warning, this is kind of weird and kind of gross. That's one. This is the other one. So weird. I felt like this monster was a little bit more true to the original one that happened here, even though this one looks way more evil. I felt like it was a more believable transition from one to the other. Went on a date and he kissed her and he got slime everywhere, and this could be some sort of funny one-liner about dating life right now, not that great, and just because that's so funny. So what I did was I actually took this and clicked added to scene, and then it adds this to the scene, and you can click on this little button and go to jump to where there's going to be a second scene that's going to be based on the same characters. And this is how you can create character consistency throughout from one scene to the next. That is the trick with this. And you want to use the similar description of how you use it originally in here, and then you type what you want the next scene to be. And I did this, and the next scene was actually based on the woman and the green monster having a date. So we're going to see what happens.
Dating these days, am I right?
Okay, so this one didn't really work. So dating these days, am I right, was the line. And it says blonde lady, green monster are walking down the street holding hands. He's getting goo everywhere, the sidewalk, her hands, her outfit. She's getting frustrated and says into the camera, dating these days, am I right? So we're going to see how it went from that first scene of them being at a restaurant and kissing to then going to walking down the street.
dating these days, am I right?
Okay, so weird and funny. Note here that it did put these weird subtitles here. There is a way for you to remove subtitles if that happens by taking it into another program like Runway ML to use the brush out option. You can get rid of these. Sometimes they're okay to leave in depending on what you're trying to do. If they're messed up and they're saying garbage, that would be a time to try to get rid of them. Even though VEO3 doesn't have a native way for you to get rid of them, you can actually get rid of them in something like Runway ML. So then I was like, wouldn't it be funny if then they had a baby? And very similar to the alien baby situation, because that video got 80,000 views, I was like, why don't we just keep riding this train and see what see what happens? And this is what it turned into.
Oh, not this again.
So just silly. A scene where the blonde woman is in a hospital, has a cute baby monster made of green slime. It coos at her and she laughs, cries, and screams, and not this again was the prompt there. So as you can see, using the jump to feature is a great way to keep character consistency throughout. Even though the monster looks slightly different in the first shot, I still think that it's really cool that you can carry through characters and do these wild ideas. Like, especially when you pay a bunch of money for the credits and then the clips end up only costing 20 cents a clip or something versus $2, you can have more fun and play. That's what I have for showing the jump to. Now I'm going to show you one more thing before we wrap things up here. I'm going to show you how to go from an image to an actual image with audio. This is VEO3's newest feature. It's so exciting because now you're not limited to the characters it creates. It can actually turn you into a character. So I had uploaded an image of myself here and wanted to play with some really funny lines of text here. This was an image that I uploaded. Let's see what it does.
Are you kidding me? You can't pet my cat.
So funny, so weird. This one's really fun. Girl says in a scratchy, low Valley Girl voice, dude, I'll literally die if I don't have 3 cups of coffee and a croissant in the morning. So again, AI image of me.
Dude, like I will literally die if I don't have 3 cups of coffee and like a croissant in the morning.
So this one, yeah, went over really well. It actually almost sounds like me because I put in what my voice sounds like, scratchy, low, a little bit Valley Girl. So funny. Okay. Then I was like, what if I quoted Fergie in one of her songs and either made me say a line of text as Fergie and or then turn it into an actual song. So let's see what happens here.
Don't you wish your girlfriend was hot like me? Don't you wish she was a freak like me? Don't you?
Okay, so then I was like, okay, what if we could have her sing it? So I added this in here, dancing to beats and says in this to see if we could do it. So let's see if we can get it.
Don't you wish your girlfriend was hot like me? Don't you wish she was a freak like me?
So I think that what's really incredible about this is it's not exactly like me. It definitely maintained character consistency pretty well throughout this. And we have our little Secret AI Society sign in the background. So I did like a compilation of this for some social content and it went over really well with my audience. So these are the kinds of things that you can do with image to video. To do that, they call them frames. So you would click frames to video. You would upload a picture of yourself that you would want to use, give directions of what you want it to do, and then you can make yourself do crazy things. So this is so fun and some ridiculous things.
And this is why you should join Secret AI Society, so you too can make creepy videos from deep within the Matrix.
Doesn't exactly look like me as much as the other ones because it's starting from a side image, but still fun. And put all together, people will be very forgiving of this because the technology is so cool and totally out there. So this is what I have for you on today's little crash lesson on VEO3. It is so much fun to play with. It is so impressive. There are lots of programs out there like Kriya, FreePick, and other programs that use VEO3 API that you can go play with that might be much cheaper. The quality might end up not being as high as going directly to the source. Usually with things that, if you don't know what an API is, a lot of these services offer their technology to other companies like Kriya.ai or FreePick, I think, .com. And the quality is never going to be as good as if you're going directly to the source. But it can be a heck of a lot cheaper. So I would love to hear from you in the comments about send me a link in the comments of what fun creative things that you have created, and I would love to feature you on this channel. Again, my name is Jenna Sword from secretaisociety.com, where we teach people how to brand themselves with the power of artificial intelligence. We also have an amazing $5 a month membership where you can get your AI biz and brand basics, get going. There's even a little workshop about what we talked about today on VEO3 in it right now. So if you want to get started with us and go check that out, there's going to be a link in the description below. You're going to definitely want to follow and subscribe. This is my first video on YouTube. Hope I did okay. So my name is Jenna Sword, secretaisociety.com. Would love to see you in our $5 membership, and I hope you had fun and you learned something cool today. Let me know in the comments what your favorite thing was about today's video, and I can't wait to see what you're going to create. Bye.